Hello, welcome back to the watchlist segment. So let's start off with some of the interesting counter that we should watch out next week. So frankly, the Singapore market hasn't been easy to trade because last week we have seen some false breakout and then stocks breaking support. So for example, you look at AEM on your screen, this particular day, it was very strong. It broke its support, or rather its resistance, I beg your pardon, with high volume. And the next very day, it actually gave up its gain and then went back to support level. So you can see that the last 2 days closing is also not very fantastic. Thursday and Friday closing wasn't that fantastic as it failed to rebound back to its high. So we are looking back and focusing on the support level at 510. So if it breaks its support level at 510, we may see more downward action with the next key support around 490. UMS had a good fight back after breaking its support at 145. Unfortunately, it did not manage to continue its bullish momentum to move up. Especially, I would think that the reason behind it are these sellers, where you can see this upper shadow recorded. And the counter pushed lower to break its support level at 145 during the intraday on Friday. The good thing is it managed to close above its support level and form a hammer pattern. So the immediate action to do for UMS is to close back at 150 next week, Monday or Tuesday, in order to maintain its bullish momentum. Else, there might be a chance for the counter to go back to 140 support level, and filling up this gap may be suggesting that the counter is looking at to reconsolidate again to push up later on. So watch out. So if this counter were to continue to go south and then hit around 137, 139, that could be possibly a good level to aim for this counter. Now, Franken, the counter also trying to break down, as we can see the 2 days of rebound was erased by this black candle. So it managed to close above this level at 190, but however, the whole trend is still down, and this counter has to go back up to 199 or 198 at least in order to move back up. Last week, I mentioned that if Franken were to form a higher low by going to here, this level, then we are looking at potential change of trend. But unfortunately, the high volume selling, which tells us this is a failure swing on this particular period, is considered failure swing, and the counter breaks down, and then followed by another dead cat bounce over here with another sell off. So if the counter were to go below 188 and close below that, then we may be seeing more downward action towards 175. Okay, the more, what I would say, adventurous or more outrageous target is 160, as if you were to take the top, the highest point of the double top over here, and then place it at the breakout point, which, let me try again, in which it has broken out. Ooh, wow, that's amazing. It is elastic within itself. Okay, let's try again. So let's use another tool to illustrate this. So we are looking at the tip of the double top, and then to the point where it has its neckline. Then we place it at the point where it breaks down. The target is about 160 thereabout, 163 thereabouts. So will Franken hit that level or rebound and reverse to ignore this double top? This is a very key thing to note. Okay, this thing is that Franken must go back above $2 in order to be bullish again. So this is the first step, above $2. So after it goes back above $2, hitting 211 is the next key level. So this is what you're going to watch. Nano firm formed a hammer on Friday at the oversold region and also near to its support level over here. So if it can close as a white candle tomorrow and go even higher on Tuesday, we may be able to see more upward movement towards 422 resistance. Yeah. Now let's move on to the US market. The US market had a heavy sell-off on Friday, but there are some stocks that have shown strength. And I just like to highlight this. Lemonade, let's start with Lemonade. It managed to close higher instead of going down like the Dow, which has crushed 500 points. Lemonade actually recorded a positive gain and a white candle. So if I were to switch over to the weekly chart, right, we are looking at the stocks trading at its key support level and then potentially moving up back towards 50.69, or if it can continue higher than 61.40. So these are the levels that in short term Lemonade has crossed. Then after that, the next resistance will be around 80. So looking at the daily chart back again. So if we go back to 50.42, then it will be a double bottom. And then once it breaks out, the target price should be around $60. Let's try. So if we can go back 50.42, yep, the target price will be 60.10. Then you start to form some higher low over here at this point, breakout. Then we are looking at, if this counters bullish momentum continue, probably $79 to $80. Palentia also closed as a nice white candle on Friday, and we are looking at a weekly hammer. So if this counter can continue higher, we probably may see the counter retest the $20 level. This is the second bullish candle, rather the second bullish reversal candle. This is the first. This is inverted hammer weekly chart, and this is the hammer. And the daily chart, let's go back to daily chart, would potentially form a double bottom if this counter can first hit 20.1 and then a breakout to change its trend would probably help the counter to go towards 22. And of course, we are looking at the even higher level if it continues trend to 23, and ultimately, hopefully, it can hit back 27. SALESFORCE have a daily hammer over here, and I'm looking at the short-term trades as the resistance at 270 should be retested if this counter can close higher next week, like maybe at about 260. Then you can free up the gap, okay, and to go back to 270. It is very important for SALESFORCE to go back to 270. Why? Because this is an island reversal pattern. Okay, this island reversal pattern is a bearish one unless it can overcome all the sellers over here to go back to the 270 range. Then there is a chance for SALESFORCE to move up. Doctor, there's a bullish divergence for potential change in trend. May form double bottom if it can hit back 103. Then we are looking at this counter to move higher with this weekly hammer pattern, very similar to Palentia. So if this counter gets a white candle confirmation next week, then we have a chance to see higher action. All right, so that's for the watch list. I will see you again next week.